All right, Jana, thank you. And joining us now is KTVU political analyst Brian Sobel. So, Brian, some Democrats are saying this is a smoking gun. Some Republicans are saying much ado about nothing. Which is it?
What it is we don't know yet. You know, in Washington, D.C. and in this investigation, it's been drip after drip after drip. If you look at the information that came out today, the meeting apparently didn't have any substance. A couple of the participants, one left early, one stayed on his cell phone, Paul Manafort. Trump became bored very quickly. That's their story. But there may be much more to this, and we just don't know yet.
Trump Jr. did release his emails this morning. He said that he was receptive to the idea of getting information. Every candidate or every campaign tries to get dirt on their opponents. In your opinion, did he do anything illegal? Not
illegal as we know it today. We don't know if there was anything that went on beyond what we know today. If it were today, we're not seeing anything that is technically illegal. Stupid, bad judgment, all that sort of stuff, yes. To your point, Julie, every campaign does opposition research.
But not with foreign governments.
Right. The people that are crying foul are saying usually that is not with a foreign government, although information comes in from all sorts of sources.
But what we learned today, the revelations that come out, does it prove collusion on any front?
Well, possibly, in the sense that Donald Trump Jr. was receptive to receiving information that was damaging to Hillary Clinton. To that extent, he could be, and not guilty would be the wrong word, there could have been collusion on that point. But again, all of this has to end up with a criminal context, and so far nothing has been illegal, but I think it's important to say that almost from day one the Trump campaign came in and have been running the presidency like a bunch of amateurs, and to some extent you understand it because they aren't politicians. They've never been in that game. Things like reporting a foreign national making contact is sort of second nature for a lot of people. Not to those people. They thought, oh, okay, we got some dirt on the opposition. Let's hear it.
Yeah. And Brian, reportedly this came out as a result of Jared Kushner refiling for his security clearance, and that was how he reported this meeting, and then all these emails came out. I thought it was interesting how quiet the president was on Twitter tonight. He mentioned that he was proud of his son for his transparency, but is this going to be a turning point, do you think, for the White House in terms of how they deal with this topic?
Well, immediately I'm sure the president met with his attorneys and they said, you know, if you haven't listened to us before, this time, stay off Twitter, and because now it's starting to pierce the family, you know, bubble, and that becomes more problematic for them. We're going to see over the next few days if anything more comes of this, or if this story kind of, you know, goes along with everything else. It'll be investigated as part of all the investigations that are going on. We know that.
And that's the big question: is where is this headed? If the dripping stops, nothing will probably happen, but if it continues, then it's a different story.
Well, yes, and we know from American political history that the problem comes not necessarily in the initial act or the initial crime, if you will. It's in the cover-up. It's always the cover-up. It's people who don't want to be caught doing something. And by the way, Republicans don't own that, and Democrats don't own it. They all own it.
Right. Yeah, because I say if the tables were turned and someone had come to candidate Clinton with saying I have the goods on candidate Trump, do you think she would have done the same thing?
All campaigns are very interested in information that points a finger at somebody else and that can be used. We see it every campaign season in our mailboxes. You know, so-and-so evaded taxes, so-and-so did this and that. These all come from leaks and investigations.
All right, well, there's so much to talk about every day, but we'll have to leave it at that for tonight.
Absolutely.
Brian, thank you.
You're very